morning and hello, I'm Professor Cohen. This is the Forex Supermodel Racing Review for Saturday the 13th of August 2022. Look at yesterday's results then for Friday the 12th. Newbie on the flat, 440. We had to go at a couple of horses in that. We were on this Monet Sunrise, which was backed into 2 to 1, and we got 9 to 2, £3 relative to its £8 unit. So we executed well. The eventual winner was this number 3 Hot Team, which won at 4 to 1, and the second was Telly Red number 1, which was second at 9 to 4. Our other horse was this number 5 Marembo, which came last of the 4 at 3 to 1. We had a pound relative to our £8 unit at 5 to 2. So that's where we are. So we ended up losing £4 per £8 unit. So we lost half a unit, and the accounts come down slightly, plus 68.60 units in profit. Now, what do we think of that? Well, this morning Sunrise was backed in. You know, in the good old days, that would have been a very positive sign. As I said, if you've watched these videos for a while now, you'll see that the new trend is when horses are back, decent, potentially good horses are backed in, they tend to lose, and you'd argue that you could think about covering. But that's something to bear in mind for the future. We may or may not do that anyway. Monet Sunrise ran no sort of race, and Marembo even worse. And the two that came first and second, I mean, Hot Team, pretty poor horse generally, and Telly Red likewise. It wasn't a case of they were better, it was a case of these didn't fire. Who knows what was going on. Anyway, we'll just have to leave it there and just take the loss. So we'll stop it there and write up today's racing. Right, we're back. We've written up today's racing then for Saturday the 13th. We've got no filter 1, which is our structure filter, no ratio, but you have an alternative. We're at Perth on the National Hunt in the 525. It's the last race, it's the bumper. National Hunt flat cap, category 1, elimination race, class 4, 4 to 6 year olds, 2 mile, 47 yards, good. Right, what do we know about Perth? 2 mile, basically long running, galloping running. Right, there's 4 in the race. The likely favourite is this number 1 Illusion of Time, which is also number 4 Invictus World ran against Illusion of Time there. So what do we know about Illusion of Time? Initially it won at Stratford in the National Hunt flat, over 2 miles, good. Pretty one pace, that horse, and then it went out on the 27th of the 7th of July to Perth National Hunt flat, 2 miles, which is where we are. And this was where this Invictus World ran against it. Now, the Invictus World led at a very slow pace, very easy, very soft lead, very easy trip, and then basically folded. And then this Illusion of Time came off the back of this slow pace and basically had a bit of a struggle to even win that. So we can give these two the chop. We're going to give it Illusion of Time and Invictus World. So that leaves us with the 2 Irish horses. Now, number 3, Great Scheme, and number 2, Finn the Magician. If you look at Finn the Magician, basically it was running at Ballinrobe on the 31st of the 5th. 2.5 miles, good to yielding. It's a much better paced race, more in it, more of a test, and it ran pretty well. And it was a prominent race, so that was pretty good. And then it went to Cork on the 8th of July, National Hunt flat. It's a galloping track, and that was 2 mile, 2 mile one good, and that was a good effort as well at the 2 mile mark. So we're going to use Great Scheme, Finn the Magician, as our break-even hedge. We've got the equivalent of £1.25 of an £8 unit on at 6 to 4, giving us roughly £2 to play with if that one comes in. So and then this other one, which we're going to lever into it off Finn the Magician, is this Great Schemer. Now, Great Schemer. Basically on the 25th of the 7th, Galway, 2 miles and half a furlong, good to yielding. That was a decent race, and he was mid-division and ran pretty well. So that was promising. And then on the 7th of the 8th, down Patrick, 2 mile 3 furlongs, so nearly 2.5 miles. And that was good to yielding, and that the horse was bang there at the 2 mile mark, and that was another relatively, in the context of this race, it was a decent race. So we like the Great Schema, and we're going to use this Finn the Magician as our break-even hedge into that one. And we've got 2 places on the Great Schema at 3.2 to 1 on exchanges, and we've got £1 at 13.5 to 1 win. So we've gone sort of 2 places each way on Great Schema, and £1.25 straight win as a hedge on Finn the Magician, and we're binning these illusion of time and Invictus World. So we'll see how we go with that, and we'll review that tomorrow. So thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching, and goodbye.